Hey traders, Nick Shaheen here, looking at the action in the S&P on Wednesday, the 18th September. This is Fed Day. I like to just put a play-by-play, so to speak, just for fun. And let's put it this way: the Fed statement was not bearish, but the markets could not hold the greens, and then suddenly the knee-jerk reaction greens, and then the blind side was put on. So hopefully I did this right, and let's go. So this is, I'm going to pause it to explain what it is. This is the open on the SPY. Overnight we had a little poke higher and out of the blue, and then we opened kind of like meh, a little red, and then we meandered throughout the day. It looked okay, and then we fell just before the statement itself, and it's clear where the statement happens, right? So we had a little rally, and then we fell into the statement, and then he said what he wanted to say, but the problem is when he starts ad-libbing during the question answer session. This yellow line that I drew was my best guess as to what's going to happen. I haven't looked at it yet on the play-by-play to see how well I came close to it. Oh my gosh. So I drew the yellow line ahead of time, and this is how the price unfolded. Okay, this is like creepy. If I didn't have witnesses in the chat room, I'd call me a liar, but I have witnesses in the chat room. So anyway, let's continue watching. So the market fell out of bed based on total BS. Just market makers wreaking havoc with what he said. He said a whole bunch of things. Inside those things was one statement, and this is where that's going to make us money for a while. He said, we will do basically whatever we can to prop this global expansion up. What does that mean? It means they're going to save us. If we have trouble, when we have trouble, they're going to cut. How much, when, I don't care. All I care is that there's a safety net below, and within the guidelines of monetary policy, this is what they can control: cutting rates, buying bonds. They can mojo borrowing to make it so that it's cheap to borrow short and lend long, so the banks are active, basically offsetting the inversion of the yield curve. So they have tools, not just cutting rates. Yeah, we're near zero, but they have tools other than cutting rates. Remember the 3/4 of the 750 million? I forget how much it was. Anyway, the giant, TARP and TARF after that, and LTROs and all of that. They have tools. They don't just cut rates. But anyway, the day still goes on. Boom, boom. So these are 5-minute candles. This is what's going on inside 5 minutes. So, and then where do we end up? Green. How can you short this market? Talk about buying the dip. So I'm going to switch back to a daily, and I'm going to give you my impression. This is the daily SPY. It's inside a tight range right here. If we lose this could happen. Today we kind of did, but we came back into the box. It doesn't count. I want to close. This is a daily candle. If we go above this and close above it, we're going to hit new highs. And if we hit new highs, I have a gut feeling, this is not fact, gut feeling, that we have a lot of short stops up there that are going to trigger. There are too many people too comfortable being short with all this around us. So they say don't fight the Fed, and don't, I was showing something to somebody, don't fight the Fed, don't fight the tape. We are at all-time highs, and we have the Fed behind us. So if you short now, you're fighting the Fed and fighting the tape. Highly unadvisable. So this looks like an inverse head and shoulder in the making. If and when they finally break through, in theory, this is the size of the rally that ensues. So not too many experts are going to tell you that now, but I would hold calls in the SPY. They're cheap. VIX is so low. VIX closed red today. So with all this uncertainty, why the heck is the VIX under 15, under 14 almost? So it doesn't make sense. The fear mongers are failing. I am long. I would stay long. It's better to stay long specific thesis, but as a lottery ticket, if I bought calls in the SPY today and I have at least 2-3 week horizon, politicians can mess it up. But if the technical stake hold, There's a rally coming. Nick signing out.